Welcome back, sleepyheads, to another detached episode. Yes, I'm not blaming Steph for this. I'm just, I've started the path of detach. I'm gonna go through up to the end of it. Okay, whatever's the end of it. Either way, let's get right on to it. Subscribe, like, comment down below. What else am I missing? I think we're good. Yeah. I also I won't say cheating. More like I check the events. All of them are weekends. For most of them. So, yeah, maybe, we're about to trigger something. Either way, I think City Park, Madison Square Garden is about to pop off. Oh, sad music. Old habits sure are hard to get rid of. Yeah. I had every intention of leaving today with the sole intent of actually going out and finding someone to bother, and instead found myself just wandering aimlessly because I somehow simultaneously have the worst and best luck. Something or someone will fall into my lap. In manner of speaking, of course, I'm currently walking, and that would be incredibly awkward. However, it seems that I found myself in City Park around the same time that Madison assumingly takes her morning walk again. The likelihood of her having a set morning walk schedule is a factor still yet unknown to me, so I settle for wait, there we go. Double checking, of course, when I'm recording. Sorry about that, but yeah, I settle for using this as a detour, and my SS and stuff are a bit different because once again, one of my tooth, the one that I've been bitching about is once again aching. Oh my days! Ooh, I happen to know that funkin' good coffee is nearby. I almost said cafe. And if the cafe is nearby, Lupe will certainly be working. She shall be my victim this morning. Baddie Latinas, yes sir. Damn boy, she's thick. Right. That thing I just mentioned about guaranteeing someone metaphorically falling to my lap. Looks like you're safe from me for now, Lupe. I've got other prey to catch. To catch a predator. Wow. Oh, it appears that we've maybe spontaneously met each other again, perhaps. Look at her pretending I'm not a creep that will abuse the information I learn about people I want to be around with. She's far too nice for her own good. But she's not wrong. I had accepted that this scenario was unlikely, so it's largely unintentional and I'm actually not being creepy. This time. Actually, yeah, it was. I was just passing through to go bother Lupe for her excellent coffee. Oh. It was more of a sudden decision than a hard choice though, so fuck her. You're here now and that's a far better option than enduring the inevitable barrage of mixed signals I get from Lupe. Anyways, she's definitely got a strong personality, but that's something I kind of like about her. Same. That's putting it nicely. I find it's hard to get a read on her. Half the time she's spitting lethal levels of venom, the other half she's suspiciously nice to me. She's always been a bit difficult to handle. The bright side is that she's not spitting venom 100% of the time, so that tells me that she actually doesn't not like you. I guess that makes sense. Thinking about it that way, I suppose I'll have to continue as usual with her then. Yep. Huh, I guess so. As well, Madison. I like my bad bitches. Wait, what? Speaking of cafes and baristas with split personalities, I notice you're coming from that direction. I'm assuming you've already been there today. So do you want some company on her walk? Or what about her coffee needs? Already forgotten. In favor of nicer company. This guy. Okay, sure. This isn't really something I particularly enjoy doing, just walking for the sake of doing it thing. I do it for the end goal of self-satisfaction. Nothing more than that, just a means to an end. Kind of like today. Though I had no end destination in mind in the beginning, one eventually found me instead. It just so happens that this end happens to involve even more walking, only for a more interpersonal reason. So I decided to try and experience it as she would. The beauty of nature and whatnot. Oh, this I think he really likes her presence. He doesn't try as hard as this. You know, with Lupe he's like, coffee and then banter. With Sam it's a bit weird, I guess. With Anne he's like a puppy, you know, like, oh yes, soothe me with your voice. But try as I might, I can't be bothered. Partially because I can only force myself to see the world around me as nothing more than just another background to my present location. And partially because I'm more interested in the woman beside me. Something about our last conversation stuck with me. And now I find myself somewhat invested, if only to set in my own curiosity. I see a mass, less marred than mine or Bishop's, and lacquered in a coat of amiability, but a mask nonetheless. I wonder what it hides beneath. Big tatas? Okay, whoa, hey, about the other day. I'm sorry I left so abruptly. I forgot that I needed to be somewhere. She is a secretary, we gotta remember that. I'll let her continue her facade of innocence so as not to mar my own image of her. Because I want to be wrong. Wait, what? There's nothing to apologize about. I'm the one that stopped you while you were doing your thing. Ah, right. Gosh, I spent so much time talking about myself and my silly love for trees that I never really got the chance to talk to you about, well, you. Really, it's fine. I don't really care about talking about myself. Especially not when there's something more interesting beside me. I think I get it. It can be a bit unnerving having all the attention solely on you. Yes, that. Yeah, let's go with that. Well, that's okay. I'm sure you'll come around at your own pace. You say that as if you've already decided that you're going to see me on a regular basis. Yes, we are. Well, no. Yeah. Depends on what the hints, the main events constitutes as, you know. Like, what are the requirements to trigger the events? Well, that's... Oh gosh, what I'm trying to say is that you've already made it pretty apparent that you've gone out of your way to see me once or twice already. More than twice, but yeah. Once. This time was a complete accident and not entirely intentional. That sounds like it was sort of intentional though. Yeah. Maybe I did end up wandering here with no clear thought on where I am and where I was going? Is that a normal thing for you? Sort of. That's so recently though. I'd like to think I've grown past the whole aimless wandering thing for the most part these days. That sounds like a sort of freedom that other people don't get to indulge in or can't really appreciate. It sounds kind of nice. Why not give it a try? Oh no, I'm far too busy for that sort of thing. You literally take the time to walk through the same park regularly. Walk in a different direction. I mean, it's a park. You pretty much go in circles, so... I guess it's a routine, you know? I don't want to give up. Yeah? Yeah? Ah, that makes sense. You know what? Fair. I doubt the maple tree population isn't as dense elsewhere anyways. Yeah. We continue our walk through the park for another 20 minutes with small pockets of chit-chat peppered somewhere in between. At times when we aren't talking, she's looking around and admiring the same scenery she's seen countless times before and completely lost in that which comforts her from the things that only she knows before remembering that she has a walking partner and sparks yet another small bout of conversation about nothing in particular. We eventually reach the end of the trail and Madison apologizes again before telling me she has somewhere to be. She does apologize a lot. Like, a lot. This time less abruptly and more genuine. I turn in the opposite direction and begin the next leg of my daily journey. As I make my way further from the park and reflect on what I've seen, I'm becoming more certain of one thing. Madison seems like she needs to take the plunge and not be sorry about it. 7, baby, we're about to go to Bone Town. Okay, everyone, we're gonna go to the dive and we're gonna talk to Jessica. Oh yes, triggering the event, that's what I'm good at. I make my way to a deadbeat car in the middle of a sketchy alley on the outskirts of the city center. A place that I'm becoming more accustomed to as I allow myself to become a regular face in a sea of overwhelming sadness and alcoholism. I'm sure you're wondering what's so great about a bar that's barely keeping itself afloat by its patrons that continue to feed their checks to the very establishment that enables them to drink their sorrows away in an ongoing and ruthless cycle. Nothing in particular, I'll be honest. That place is a cesspool of depression and desperation. Actually, that's a lie. There's 4 main reasons and they're all above cesspool status by at least a few points. And by that I mean I actually enjoy their company on some level, making me feel like I'm also an outlier to the unfortunate existence that finds its way there. There's one thing I'm wondering though. Something's amiss about tonight. Something about the dive isn't right at this moment in time. Something that immediately smacks me in the face with its brazen audacity as I open its doors. Whoa, people! Why the fuck is this place so busy and loud tonight? All I can see is a mass of humanity. All I can hear is music and the drone of loud conversation. John looks like he's having the time of his life right now though. If I wasn't already dead set on coming here tonight, I'd have turned and left by now. Unfortunately, I've come too far and now instead must grin and bear it. Besides, I spot that these 3 of the 4 people have come to accept as being an inevitability here. John, Lupe, and Jessica, or we're talking about Sam? Oh, Sam, yeah. And Bishop. Makes sense that Bishop would skip out. Either that or she's helplessly stuck in the writhing mass of drunk partiers somewhere. R.I.P. Bishop, you will be missed. Rest in peace, that's what I say. Planning my route, I immediately dismissed Sam as an option. Damn. Seeing as how she's in the thick of it, chatting up a group somewhere in the furthest end of the dive. And Lupe looks busy, is probably not the right word for it. Lupe looks like she's ready for anxiety-induced murder. It'd be best to leave her alone tonight, I think. That leaves Jessica standing on her own at the bar with that bored smile on her face. It'd really be easier just to leave, but Jessica appears to have spotted me and is waving me over. Well, time to take the plunge. Hey, hi, howdy, how's it going, partner? Okay, I might be racist. I don't even know what to call it. A linguist? No, not even. What am I talking about? A stereotype? Yeah? I hate this place and everyone in it right now. Yeah, it's pretty awesome right now. Amazing what a few extra people will do to bring up the spirits. A few? This is not a few, Jessica. This is like... This is an entire crowd. This place is packed. It's not that bad. Yet anyways... Fucking shit, motherfucking... Lupe seems to be having a good time. Absolutely, she's been like that for about an hour now. Apparently her other bartender is busy at another gig and can't come in, so she's going solo tonight. Yikes. That's actually awful for people in the service industry. That sounds like a blast. It's definitely been a treat to watch. Goddamn Jesus frick, man. Holy freaking dude, what the fuck is... So, what did you mean by yet? It's still early in the evening. There's a whole lot of time between now and closing, so I suspect that it's bound to get busier as the night goes on. Just wait until the drunk refugees of shutdown parties make their way here later in the night. Something about this sounds orchestrated. I agree. Sure was. I've been planning this for a little while now. Just a little treat for our friend Lupe. Ah, fuck me, shit. I don't think she sees it that way. I think she doesn't see it that way for now, but the money that comes in, that would change her mind real quick. Maybe not right now, but she will after she sees the money that she made tonight. Yeah, exactly. Plus those tips are all hers, no pesky employees to share them with. I'm sure that at this point she'd prefer to help and give them all the tips. I'd give them a top gear tip, top tip. Funny you should say that, she actually tried to offer me a one-night position with 100% tips on top of an hourly wage. Sadly, I had to decline. I did organize this shindig after all. It'd be rude of me to ignore the people I invited. That's true. That's absolutely true. Did you invite your entire school? Sort of. I may have made an article in our school's newspaper about how the dive is an amazing place to party. Do you always abuse news sources to spread misinformation? It's like Twitter. Whatever do you mean, my dear Daine? The dive is quiet, out of the way, hidden, probably won't get busted by the pigs. It has all the qualities of a bar that any university student can ask for. Wait, she's a uni student? Interesting, must be her senior year. It's pretty honest if you think about it. I guess if you put it that way, abuse away. That's my thought exactly. Oh my god, why tonight of all freaking... Well, all that, and it's pretty entertaining to watch Lupe be so busy she doesn't know how to properly handle herself. I guess it was pretty nice to have my drink given to me without any unnecessary insults or assumptions. I'm still not liking the change of scenery though. Too many people, too many cooks. It'll even out after tonight. It's just super busy tonight because I planned it to be like that. It's a pain in the ass to get here, so the novelty will wear off. Everything's a success then, I guess. You might want to include Lupe in your plans next time though. She seems like she's barely keeping up. Nope. She turned it down in a heartbeat. If there's a next time, it's definitely gonna be spontaneous. For her anyways. I try to keep myself busy being 5 steps ahead of the game. Sounds exhausting. Such is life. So how about a cheers for a successful night? Sure, why not? To watching Lupe actually work. That's the spirit. Wait, can I? Oh, this is the thumbnail right here. This is the thumbnail. Oh wait. Oh my god, it's Daine, Jessica. My friends. Come. We got so many things to do that isn't being all boring hanging out at boring bar. Alright, I should probably make some rounds anyways. You coming? Yeah, just let him slam this back and get another. Or let me, sorry. Completely out of my element right now. I do the only thing I can to make it all better. Alcohol. I slam back another one of my 2 beers. Thankfully that Lupe was nice enough to think ahead for me. Well, at least that's what I'm telling myself. We socialized with various people through the night, and before I know it, a couple of hours have come and passed with the world tilting its trademark tilt. I noticed the bar becoming louder as throngs of drunks come loudly yelling down the stairs true to Jessica's word. Seeing this, Jessica gets out of her seat, heading behind the bar to assist Lupe with the increased workload. Aww. So apparently she did plan on helping after all, at the cost of leaving me to the wolves, of course. I can't be too mad about it though, partly because that's a lot of people, partly because I'm too drunk to care at this point. Yes sir, 6. We're about to commit 6 tonight. I'm kidding. I'm kidding everyone, let's calm down. Let's calm down about this. 17 days since the bridge incident. Ooh, la-di-da, man. Jessica. Wait, she's not done? That's crazy. Okay, welcome back everyone. I did a quick cut. I've gotten everyone's affection to at least 10. And I think we need to call someone in. To complete Anne's event, I just checked. I pretty much cheated right here. I did say I don't want to take the hint, but we're taking the hint. I flipped through my contacts. Oh wait, what the hell? Wondering who to call. Anne's name pops out to me right away on account of her being the first person to the list. So I click on her name. She's probably training. If I want to see her, I should go to Godsmite. I wonder where I should go. Interesting. I bet Hanako's got some time on her hands right now. Because it's in the morning? Is that why it's not really working? So to pass, I don't know, man. Maybe we should go talk to Bishop. Unsure what I should do today, I go through my phone. Bishop's name jumps out to me, reminding me that she told me to show my face a little more often. I press on her name. And my call gets ignored. Oh my god, man. I know she cares about talking on the phone as much as I do, but she's never ignored one of my calls before. I should go and check on her. There we go. How many times have I been in this very elevator while stuck in a loop? Far too many times to count, really. I spend far too much time in this cramped little box, coming and going to the same exact thing day in, day out. Thinking about the amount of time I lost here makes me feel a bit claustrophobic. A little shuttle transferring me to and from specifically planned points of my day. But not today. Today I've come with a personal goal. Or rather I've come to check up on my mom, Bishop. Selfless? No. You'd think that, but after she neglected to answer my call earlier, I couldn't help but, to worry a bit. She's never really blown off my calls before. So I came to get my own head to shut up. Even more suspicious is her door being locked with a deadbolt. Unfortunately, I gave her my key when I moved out. Made sense at the moment as I was not aware that she would keep this place open as a home for me. So much for that inviting me to come by whenever and she locks me out. Interesting, it's locked. Oh, that doesn't sound very good. Did she ignore me because she's sick? That actually does sound like something she'd do. That said, she was never sick when I lived with her. Or maybe she just ignored and medicated it all. Or maybe she just ignored and medicated it like all of the other issues in her life. Myself excluded, of course. Okay, we knocked again. She's still puking. Hang on. This isn't helping my head at all. She sounds really bad in there. Hey, Bishop. Oh, yikes, what the heck? Oh, it's you. Yeah, it's me, the pseudo son of yours that you told to come by anytime. Why didn't you just enter the code? I did. You locked the door. Shit. Right, sorry about that. I guess I should probably give you back your key then. Sure. Never mind that for now though, you look like shit. Thanks, I probably feel worse than I look. Are you sick? It's just a hangover, Daine. I hit the bottle pretty hard yesterday. It's just a hangover? Since when did Bishop get hangovers? She's getting old, man. Oh, ouch, I bit my tooth. She's usually just fine the next day when I wasn't waking her up wherever she decided was a good place to pass out for the night. She was usually up early training and by extension me as well. I wonder if her age is starting to catch up to her. Either way, she should take it easy on the alcohol. It's clearly not doing her any favors these days. Not that it did to begin with, aside from the momentary escape it offers. Wow, look at you taking care of yourself now that I'm not here. Psst, it's not like you did much. I helped you get to bed often enough. Could have just left me, I'd make it there eventually. Regularly seeing you pass out either in the chair or on the bench press or on the floor in the morning makes me beg to differ. Oof. I said eventually, I didn't say when. When the fuck did you get so mouthy anyways? I've always been mouthy, you were always just too busy running me into the ground to notice. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Is that why you decided to come over? To run your mouth off at someone who's dying? Ah yes, it seems that I'm not the only one. It won't work on me though. Regardless of whatever horrible thoughts you have in your head of me coming here just to be a fuck-ass to someone who's clearly dying of a self-inflicted terminal illness. No, I did not come here to do that. I called you earlier. Huh. I must have been busy trying to empty my stomach. I think so as well. Probably. It's not like you to blow off my calls like that. Had me a little worried. It's been a few years. I'm not used to having you call. It's not like I have a thriving social life either. Also, as if you worry about anything. Touche, woman, touche. I worry about a lot of things, like my personal health and safety. Sure, sure. I'd believe it if you exercise sometimes. You don't know how I live my life. It's incredibly exhausting. Of course, I see that all your paid free time is being spent efficiently. It is, yeah, I agree. Wandering around looking for something to do or for someone to hang out with is an excellent usage of my time, I'd say. Much more productive than my old routine. So how much did you spend on those girls at the bar to let you sit with them? Wow, what kind of person do you think I am? I spent a few years around you. I think I should know my pseudo son by now. Okay, first they called me to sit with them. You should know that since you were there. Nah, the music was too loud. Didn't stop you from seeing me there. Second, I left long before I had to pay. Fuck, Daine. I'd say maybe you should work on your manners, but that isn't a half-bad venture. I mean, I learned from the best, so... The hell you talking about, boy? You talk a lot when you're drunk. What? No. Something about suckers trying to outdrink you because you're a woman and tabs being left to their unconscious body. Oh man, we can't do this to our mom, man. It's kind of fucked up. Shit. I thought you were supposed to be aloof or something. Shouldn't you know your pseudo son by now? Gosh, darn it. And Bishop quickly decided that she had enough of my visit and shooed me on my way. Before I got too far, she called out to me and tossed a set of keys my way. Apparently she was serious about me visiting more, even if it meant accidentally walking in on her spewing her guts out while suffering from the terminal illness called a hangover. Back in the claustrophobic transportation cage, I can't keep my mind over being ill. I never really thought about it much before, largely because I couldn't, but I guess I never realized how much I look up to her, in a manner of speaking, since I tower over her now. Haha, got me there. I missed 6 years of the one garden that was there for me through my formative years. I wonder just how long she has left. Shaking off the thoughts I'd rather not be thinking right now, or rather at all, I instead turn my attention to what else I'm going to get up to today. But first I need to get out of this cage. It's making me nervous. Yeah. 2-3 mall. That's a bit new. No answer. Interesting. I guess we can go to the mall because that is absolutely new. I'm not even joking. Whoa, wowzers. Hi, I bet you're wondering how a socially illiterate ex-shut-in like myself finds themselves in a situation like this. All thanks to me, my man. Well, there's not a whole lot to say, really. I didn't have anything going on this afternoon, so I settled for not doing anything in particular and just wandering around. You see, I have this handy skill where I don't have to do anything for something to find me. Unfortunately, this skill is a double-edged blade, and today that blade has brought Jessica to me, which resulted in me being dragged, kicking, and screaming to the mall by this woman's unreasonable need for mental stimulation anywhere she can get it, sorry. I'm exaggerating though. I wasn't actually kicking and screaming while being dragged. In the back of my mind, I wanted to though. Not that I'm going to outwardly complain when there's the chance to see a pretty lady showing herself off in various sets of clothes in various states of undress. Well, at least that's what I'm banking on because and I cannot express this enough, fuck malls. I need all the reasons I can convince myself of in order to not just ditch Jessica in favor of doing something more suited to my tastes. Like not being in a mall. So I will stoically endure this self-inflicted torture for the sake of the carnal desire of maybe seeing a pretty woman show herself off in underwear or something. Dang, aren't these freaking cute? Sure, I particularly enjoy how they have pink and black stripes. The ribbon is a nice touch as well. And the material looks very cottony? I don't really know what I'm talking about and what you want from me. Fashion isn't exactly my strong suit. Also, I'm pretty sure that employee is giving me a weird look right now as well. Fuck that bitch, we're just checking out the quality. Damn, okay Jessica. We're just checking out the quality of these panties, and that makes this especially important business. Besides, what better input can you get than from someone that will actually appreciate the idea of them being worn by a woman? True. Wow, okay, facts? Yeah? Yes, this is proving to be a worthy waste of time and absolute worth the torture. Alright, I will shoulder this burden and take one for the team. I assume there's bound to be a changing room for you somewhere around here? Oh no, I think you're misunderstanding this situation right now. Sorry to burst your boner. I like her, she's a bit direct. But we're just browsing and inspecting panties for the necessary cuteness to comfort ratio today. Fuck malls and fuck this place. I knew this was the likely scenario, but hearing the reality of it still cuts me deeply. There, I understand the pain, really I do. Continue to be a good boy by accompanying me to the mall sometimes, and maybe you'll get a treat in the future. What am I, a fucking dog? Woof? I guess, you know this is basically inhumane torture, right? Of course I do. There's no fun and excitement in just giving you what you clearly want though, so I must resort to using extreme tactics. I'm allowing myself to set up another self-sabotaging disappointment by believing that it's now still on the table? At some point in time? Alright, I'll play along, sure. Fabulous. With all of that out of the way, I'll definitely be a willing participant if you'll be a dear and show these off to me though. That'd be pretty neat. As much as it pains me to admit, and as shocking as it probably isn't, I'm not exactly the panty-wearing kind of man. Alas, the wound has become mutual. That's the way she goes. And just like that, this places. Oh, ow, what the frick? This tooth is misaligned, it's pissing me off. And just like that, this place has suddenly become drastically less exciting. Was her entire plan to see me in panties this entire time? She is like Daine, in a weird way, but hotter. It wasn't until it was, but now all of my suddenly birthed hopes and dreams have been brutally and abruptly crushed by the unrelenting cruel weight of reality. I'm having some wicked deja vu right now. But that's because we have just become brethren in pain and suffering, my friend. I wasn't aware that you're packing heat. Alright, if that's the case, I think our whole dynamic is about to change. I feel like this is going to be yet another crushing weight of reality. I don't think my soul has the strength to carry. Does my existence just cause you pain? Yes. Right now it does anyways. It's ruining all my fun. Apologies, I'll try to remember to want to wear panties and to be into traps the next time you drag me to the mall against my will. Yes, please do. I don't know how much emotional damage my soul can sustain. Now come on, let's mourn our bilateral woes together over lunch. Nothing quite like a cheap food court meal to comfort the fresh bruises of one's recently battered soul. I feel like you're taking this whole not seeing each other in women's underwear thing harder than I am. Am I though? I like to think that I'm just more open about my misery. I could be more vocal about my very real lament, but that would likely get me labeled as a pervert and possibly banned from the mall, thus ruining the potential future good ending of seeing you try on clothes. Such a fate does sound like a terrible thing when you put it that way, doesn't it? Humans sure have it tough. Yeah, it comes with the territory. You learn to live with it. As a representative of the female race, I offer a consolation gift. Did you seal those? Wait, what? I'm pretty sure we never went through a cashier, no way. I was about to say, is she a panty thief? Now that I'm trying to bitch and moan. Interesting. That's a pretty accurate observation. Yeah, I was about to say, I think we stole that. You stole that, that wasn't me. Oh cool, so you're a hardened criminal. It's purely for selfish reasons, I assure you. Consolation gift aside, I figured that we could both use a serotonin boost after being put through the little emotion ringer we just experienced. Well, woman, Stealing panties are something that I never imagined she would do, but here we are. Yeah. Right. Well, is this a you'll show me yours if I show you mine thing? Because I'm pretty sure I already mentioned something about not being into wearing women's underwear, leading us to this very strange conversation. Nah, that's yours to keep. Think of it as a little fap material while you fantasize about what could have been. Damn, she's wild. Contrary to my half of this conversation, I'm not actually that desperate. Who said anything about being desperate? You just gotta know what you like and go for it. Own that shit, man. She's like a bro. I'm liking Jessica, man. I mean, I'll take them since you're obviously very passionate about this, and this is a gift, but not because I need fab material. I have a laptop and phone for that. You know what's a nice feeling that you can't experience through a screen? Panties. Panties feel nice. Damn, she does have a good point right there. Okay, so we're not letting this go. I can't really see how a liberated pair of panties benefits both of us. Is your serotonin boost coming from the idea of me using these panties as fab material or something? What? Fuck no, I'm not a pervert. Hold on a minute. Wait. I just grabbed myself a few pieces of cheap jewelry. Wait. What can I say? I'm a cheap bitch. When did you even grab those? I can't just go around telling you things like that. It's a trade secret. Just trust the process, my friend. Yeah, I was about to say, we were literally watching her. If trusting the process means reaping the rewards, then I have no choice but to humbly accept this gift. That's the spirit. We proceed to eat our lunch with our valuable loot proudly on display on the table, rightfully earning us more than a few weird looks. That's completely understandable though. It's not often people just leave jewelry laying around in the open like this, let alone a freaking pair of women's underwear. As it's going on in the day, Jessica leaves shortly after finishing her lunch. Apparently she does have to do homework sometimes, despite her previous assertions otherwise. Of course, before she leaves, she tucks my gift away in my back pocket after nicely folding them up for me. I decide to quickly swing by my apartment because I refuse to carry panties around with me for the rest of the day. They're drenched in... Censor that word before I leave again. Okay, wow, were those bilateral woes or not? The day was exhausting? Yes, man, that was an exhausting day. That was absolutely an exhausting day. Yeah. We gotta call Anne, but for the same reason that I'm not gonna call Anne, we're gonna stay in till the afternoon. We can call someone. We could call Anne. I have some time to kill. I should see what Anne's doing. No answer. She's probably busy with something right now. I wonder where I should go. Okay, did not expect her to be busy. Welcome back, everyone. I'm gonna call Anne again. I decided to flip through my... It's nighttime, my man. I remember Anne being insistent that we hang out sometime, so I figure I should give her a call given my current indecision. Oh my god, there we go. There we go, boyos. Daine, I was just about to call you. Shit, this isn't going to involve any crowded music venues, is it? Because I wasn't prepared to have to endure that kind of treatment. Don't worry about it. Just meet me at City Park. You know I do... Less talk, more walk. Click. I'd say something about not tolerating being treated this way, but it's not like I had anything better to do anyways. How did I ever end up where I am today? Not just today, but today as in this new era of Daine's life. It was just a little while ago that I would spend my days alone in my apartment, content with simply existing among the many distractions that laid themselves in my way. The temptation of escape grasping hold of me ever so tightly, threatening to squeeze the very will to do anything but out of me. And all it took was the kindness of one person to change that. Well, that and one hell of an intrusive thought, but no one needs to know that. I mean, she's hot, she's a redhead, I like her, so... And her abs. Those abs are killers, man. They kill me. It's amazing how one bad day can send someone down such a path of self-destruction, but another can help nudge you off that path. I used to be so content with wasting my days that I never really understood what I was missing. Not that I really understand now. For example, who'd have ever thought that I would be invited to go hang out with someone because I wouldn't have? Sure, there'd be times when I'd leave the haven of safety that I had built up for myself to indulge in my needs. As even through the bile that is my existence, I'm still human. Once I've had my fill, it's back to my cage like an animal, where I'd lock myself away until my human desires reared itself from the filth again. It's absurd that someone like me was able to crawl out of that filth of their own volition. Yet here I am doing exactly that. How did I get here and where will this new cycle take me? You know what? I have an idea with this, where this new cycle will take Daine. But I gotta, it will take him to the end of this video. Subscribe, like, comment down below, everyone. I'm gonna see you in the next episode of Detached. This time we'll be banging, swanging, and let's go, sir. Yeah, it's a win. It's a W. See you. Bye.